Hello and welcome to today's vlog, day 123 of 365 days of running, 2017 miles in this year. So, I'm going to talk about a topic. That is very much at the forefront of my mind and is a very relevant topic. It's something that comes up time after time in this industry and working with people. And I think it's something that is very personal to me. So back in 2009, I lost both my granddads within a week of each other. Two men that I was very close with, two men that inspired me, two men that very much helped me as a young child and also into my teenage years and as a young adult. And they both, I lost them both. They both left at the same time. One on my birthday and one 7 days later. And I've never really talked about this on camera yet. I've talked about it written, but I've never actually talked about it on camera. So I want it to relate to something that I find people struggle with a lot, and that's empowering the problem. Okay? So please accept this as me talking to me a lot as well, because no one's perfect. And I think we empower the problem too much. We need to stop empowering that problem, okay? And when you have an issue, or you have some mental health issues, or you feel a little bit low, the important thing is to not empower that and not feed it fuel, because that is really, really destructive behaviour. And sometimes that behaviour can be really destructive when nothing else is wrong. And it just ruins things. It just ruins moments, and it just ruins your head. And it's important to grab that and to not ignore the problem. And for me, back in 2009, the issue is that these people left. These people had gone, and I struggled to deal with that loss. And that loss just gave me a lot of anxiety that anyone important to me is going to leave eventually. And I think that's something that people don't deal with when there's a problem presented in front of them, and that anxiety will creep back in and really bring out a part of you that isn't you. You know, that's not the real you. That's just something that's happened, and something that maybe was in the past that had got to you, and in a current situation, it gets to you again. And the important thing is to not empower or refuel that issue. You know, your loved one could be talking to you about some real deep feelings. A friend could be talking to you about some really deep feelings. And that idea of that person being a little bit wobbly makes you feel anxious, and those memories of everyone important to you is going to leave, come back. Or it could be simple in life. It could be anything really simple out there for you, where you're empowering the problem, and rather than dealing with it. So you might have fallen out with a family member or something like that a long time ago, and you've never really dealt with it. You've never really attacked it full on, and you just keep putting it off. And what you think is going to happen is, or in my case with the loss, at the time in 2009, I thought I was just going to wake up one morning and that pain of losing them will have gone. And unless you deal with it, it won't. It will hang around like a stinky smell. It'll never go away, and you'll never actually deal with it. And then sometimes what happens is that will transfer over into other aspects of your life, and it doesn't bring out the real you. The real you kind of hides away, and the anxiety comes back because you're faced with a situation or a scenario which you feel uneasy about, but there's no reason to feel uneasy about it. And I think dealing with that problem is the most important thing, and fitness for me dealt with that problem a long time ago. It did. And running, you know, the cheesy line, cliche, whatever you want to call it, whatever you think it sounds like, to me, running really did set me free, and no one can ever take that away from me. Running completely set me free, and I think the overall picture of health and fitness will be improved. You know, mental health will be improved by exercising. Mind Over Marathon, recent program on the telly, kind of showed me that as well, and I could really understand that program a lot. It kind of reminded me of my own journey, really. And it's just important that when there are things going on, you don't make them problems, and you don't empower them due to these anxieties that you used to have that you no longer have, but will creep out every now and then. And don't be selfish. You know, don't be selfish that everything's an issue, or everything is in danger of destruction, because it really isn't. And I know that. I know that now deep down, and I also know that people struggle with this all the time because people talk to me about it all the time. And if you are anxious about certain situations, attack it. Go and make it happen. Attack it full on, and don't empower it. Don't fuel it. Don't give it anything more than it's worth. Just keep attacking forward and make it happen. Don't allow those stupid anxieties to come back in. Just don't allow it. Don't empower it. Anyway, moving on to the run. Let's have a little look. So now outside the unit, just back from the run. It's Jax, it's Nige. Jo was here, but she had to go. So 3 miles added. Meant to be a recovery run for Nige, but somehow I think we got a little bit carried away. Nige, was it a recovery run for you?
It was a recovery run, and I'm pleased with it.
Sort of a recovery run. We kind of went a bit quick for a recovery run, but it was good to get back in. And obviously the topic that I've just discussed is obviously something that people need to think about, and I certainly need to listen to that advice as well today. Don't empower the problem. Attack the problem, sort the problem, don't let it fester, don't empower the problem. I'll see you soon for another vlog along with these guys. Take care. Boom, boom, boom.